Hey baby, do you like my latest resume of myself? Trained them from babies to obey me around. So can maybe then new Mercedes wasn't worth a ride for Fraser braids. But haven't you seen the fake? Whoops, greatest news. I'm the greatest thing to give the gift of my anus for anchors to kiss. I wish they would and I savor the flavor so bravery. You think a thick bitch, co-worker stick shift. Shit on their want status. Automatic. 1, 2, 3. Look at me, I'm so pretty, baby. Come with me. Bitch. 1, 2, 3. Look at me.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to CZE Podcast. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Just reacting to some TikToks, and kind of fact checking them, if you will. So, yeah. Should we just get right into it?
Let's get into it.
All right.
I have a piece of glass over here, and I don't have a piece of glass there. And I have this piece of glass here, but all we have really over here is the fake news, right? And to get me, somebody would have to shoot through the fake news. And I don't mind that so much, because I don't mind.
I don't mind that at all. That is hilarious.
So, yeah, he just did not say
Misleading.
at all that he wanted reporters to get shot to get to, like, he just, that was not
Did we
said
start
at all.
it from there? Did you show
Yes, that was
what the claim
Yes.
was?
Oh, shoot.
I have a piece of glass.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trump's okay.
Trump
yeah.
says he wouldn't mind if someone shot report. He just didn't say that. Like,
I thought it was kind of funny.
You are first-time voter?
Yes, first-time voter. Yes. We're so excited.
Raise your hand if this is your first presidential election. And raise your hand if this is the first political rally you've ever been to.
This is my first rally that I'm ever experiencing. I was one of the young black males that came up, never thought my vote would ever make a difference. So this time I'm actually experiencing voting for the first time at 65 years old. I just turned 65 2 days ago. So I'm voting for the first time in my whole life.
I actually voted for Trump once.
In 2016?
Yeah, and never again. And we need to support her.
Yeah.
And women's rights.
What's the number one issue?
Abortion rights and having reproductive rights.
What's your concern?
You can tell it's their first time because it's the same. It's the same BS. It's abortion. Kill babies.
I don't care
I
about
want to
the
kill a
economy.
baby. Like, I want to screw and kill babies and not take responsibility for my actions. Oh yeah, because a baby's a consequence.
What is it that we should be tracking throughout the night?
No tax on overtime. And no tax on Social Security benefits for our seniors. And I'm announcing a new policy today that I will support a tax credit for family caregivers who take care of a parent or a loved one. It's about time that they were recognized, right? We have a lot of people, they followed us, but we're going to do something. The ladies can tell you what we're going to do. We're going to drill a baby drill. And I will terminate the Green News scam.
You know what is funny is no tax on tips. I think that's amazing. The child tax credit I think is amazing. And as of recently, no income tax. Run the government off of tariffs.
yeah.
Is one of his positions, which would I think be a great idea.
Okay, raise your hand for Chandler.
All right, Chandler versus Parker. All right, Parker, Chandler, you have 10 minutes. Let's see if we can find a middle ground statement that you both agree on.
For sure, yeah. So, like people on the conservative side don't really know how inflation has been caused. It happened globally in Africa, Asia, South America, Central America, Europe, everywhere around the world. So to say it's caused by the Biden-Harris administration, I think isn't true at all. Biden-Harris signed 4.3 trillion debt-related spending into law, 2.2 trillion non-COVID related, whereas the Trump administration had 8.4 trillion overall, 4.8 trillion non-COVID related spending signed into law. So if we're going to talk about the effect in terms of spending as it relates to the economy, Trump had a worse effect on inflation if you're referencing that. Secondly, Trump's proposed policy in terms of tariffs would absolutely cause inflation. Economists on the left wing and the right wing agree on this. This is vast across the board, almost a consensus in economics.
What would you target as the direct point of beginning when all this inflation kicked off? Would you, connect it to COVID-19?
Yeah, the effect on supply chains.
Okay, and are there any specific Trump administration policies you say, or you mentioned spending? Tell me a bit more about this. I want to hear it.
Yeah, so I don't typically refer to like the level of spending, but if people do reference spending, I do think that it looks worse for Trump. In terms of the overall inflation rate, I think it has to be something that happened globally. You can't just say something that only happened in the United States is the explanation for global inflation when the same trend happened in Africa, Asia, South America, Central America, Europe, everywhere.
But what we have known for decades is that the United States is the global superpower, particularly for the economy. I mean, we spoke about it a little before, that China is starting to rise. And
So I guess the only thing is like with this is time is the only thing that's going to tell us whether it is the Biden-Harris administration or Trump. Because if Trump wins the next election and prices go down, it's like, oh, wonder why that happened.
They do this in every single presidential election. They do this thing where they, if it's bad, then they'll blame it on the president before them, and if it's good, they'll take credit for it. As far as like, so far, it's like, all right, well, we are a global superpower, as stated, and we did not need to shut down businesses. We did not need to force the jab. We are the land of the free, the home of the brave. So you ruined people's livelihoods over a vaccine that now we know allegedly causes
autism,
myocarditis, and in some reports I've heard autism as well. And is not even mildly as relevant it's not even halfway as effective as they thought that it would be. So yeah, you can only hold on to COVID-19 for so long before you start saying, oh, every country in the world experienced this and every country in the world experienced that. Sure. But we are doing pretty awful right now. I don't know if you know this, but like home interest rates are at 8-point-something%. Under Trump, they were at 2-point-something%. So before China released this virus, we were doing pretty great under Trump. So
Donald Trump's been held civilly liable of sexual abuse, defamation, fraud. He has 34 felonies. He tried to undermine our American democracy, tried to restrict.
I fucking hate when people do that sort of stuff. First of all, this channel, I think it's Jubilee. It's called Jubilee. And it is the dumbest fucking channel on the internet. It is the stupidest channel. They do this thing where they try and clip people like saying stuff like, oh, we got him. And then they'll film like the people surrounding him, whether they're conservative or whatever. And if you're one of those people doing, this, well, your guy makes a point.
You didn't see any conservatives doing it.
Even if you did, you're the asshole.
The Women's Access to Abortion by leaving it up to the states. He denies science through climate change. So you say you care about science with trans people, but not when it comes to climate change. Also, as it relates to Donald Trump, he actively left Kurdistan, which led to the Turkish-Kurdish war under his presidency. He said there was no new wars. He also specifically started a war on ISIS, proclaimed by himself.
He eliminated ISIS. Do you know that carbon emissions were the lowest under Donald Trump they've been in human history? They've gone up under Joe Biden.
That's wrong. Wait, carbon emissions were definitely not lower then than they were in 1700.
I let you talk for 30 seconds, man.
Carbon emissions were more.
They can't seem to shut up. I've noticed. Yeah, I noticed this in the even after you got the guy doing this, then you have the other liberal going and starting to clap and then catching himself and thinking he's cute. Oh, my bad. then Charlie Kirk lets this asshole talk for ever, and he's just saying nothing. He's pulling a Kamala Harris, and when Charlie Kirk's time comes to respond, he just keeps talking. He doesn't shut up. There's no logic. There's a difference between arguing with people and
debating.
Arguing with people to learn from them, or maybe they'll learn from you, but it's a totally bad faith argument or debate, whatever you want to call it, when the other person's not in it to learn anything or share any information. They just are in it to win it. regardless of, they're egotistical. It's their ego and their pride that won't. Yes, very much narcissistic tendencies.
We're more in 1700 than they are now?
Hold on. Since we've started measuring carbon emissions since 1970, the EPA...
That's not ever.
Since 1970, let me be more clear. I said 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. If you want to just scrap that, we can keep on interrupting each other.
Ridiculous. Donald Trump's been held civilly liable.
Do you want to go back?
Oh, sorry. You look like you had something to say.
Oh, I thought you were...
Okay, no, we're good.
A boy named Parker.
My point is that this is another modality. I've no problem with you explaining to me, right, why the Senate or the Electoral College would be given the U.S. Constitution and some contractual agreement that they had between the sovereign states. That's fine. But what I'd say is that your claim here would just imply that the Constitution upholds DEI within our electoral processes.
If your claim is
so, do you think that the Constitution upholds DEI in the sense of including smaller states with less representative populations?
That is a true stretch of the meaning of DEI. But I get your point. I mean, if the idea is that the only thing that is not pure DEI in a democratic context would be sort of popularly represented votes, then I think you can make the case that basically you should get rid of every representative institution. We should go to a pure democracy because...
Well, I'm not making a case for what we should replace it with. I'm making the case that it would uphold DEI.
I remember what argument he was making here. He was saying that DEI exists even within our electoral system because the point of an electoral college is to help the minorities kind of make more of a point in the state.
Which is a very stupid argument. It's a very stupid stretch when you're talking about DEI as opposed to someone getting a job because of their race or skin color, and then you try and equivalent that to population. So the thing is okay. And can I just say for the record, another thing that I hate? Well, I did this and that and this, and because when I went there, you know what I did? I did this, and then DEI did this, and it's okay. I don't even like it when Ben Shapiro talks fast. So when people on the left try and mimic his speed and talking,
that's all Parker does.
Idiots Parker and Destiny. Excuse me. Idiots like Parker and Destiny and all these other people that try and talk fast, but in reality, at least Ben Shapiro makes sense when he does it. But it's like watching a show and fast forward.
Again, you asked me about the trade policy and what tariffs, right?
Yes, what trade policy specifically?
Imposing tariffs on steel and aluminum imports and initiating a trade war with China.
Initiating trade war with China. That's a good policy?
That's exactly what needs to be done. That's the reason we have such high inflation, because we can't get anything without being completely taxed on it. So everything you say, right, is
tariffs are a tax.
Tariffs literally are a tax.
Yes. But that's not for our people. That's to China. So again,
it is on our people. It literally consumers pay the tariff.
And who else pays it?
What? The country that is importing the goods to us or exporting them to us. Sorry, they're the ones paying the tariff. That's the whole point.
I think the argument he's trying to come up. Yeah, I think the argument he's trying to come up with is that tariffs, in certain situations, can cause inflations, but overall, when we threatened France with 100%, 110% tariff on their wine importation, they turned their tune around real fast about the things that they were, about how badly we were getting taxed to import our goods over there. So I think he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
The importer, which is an American company.
No, but who else pays it?
He just told you.
China, other countries that we're dealing with.
No, the U.S. importer.
No, that's wrong. See, you just... Again, you asked me...
Let's see. Yeah, the whole Jubilee thing is I can't deal with that. Besides, if you're really planning on having a constructive, good faith debate, giving someone 30 seconds or 30 minutes on a subject to get voted out and somebody else run in, and now you're just debating a bunch of people who are bringing up totally different points. You're never really going to learn anything from those debates, except for maybe, one or two things will stick. But yeah, it's a total garbage waste of time. Unlike, having a sit-down debate, one-on-one, kind of like what Timcast does on the culture war. Yeah. Or, even what a lot of other people do. Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles. It's all productive. Like, yes, you know, when you're fighting against 25 different people, even if you are on the left and you're the one in the middle of that room consistently, still not learning anything.
Yeah.
So,
well, anything else you want to
I think that's our reaction to these TikTok videos.
They're really dumb. Liberals are dumb. I don't like liberals very much.
Yep. And we're not talking about classic liberals, because you do have, even Donald Trump technically is a classic liberal, but like you just have the left that's moved so far left that they're just all radicalized and they're all intensely just hardcore left. Like, what do they call it? They call it the far right wing. The far left wing is the problem. The far right wing is not the problem. Just because you have a couple feds dress up as Nazis and fly a Trump flag doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean we are all Nazis.
No,
I mean, I'm sure there are some Trump supporters that like to think they're Nazis, and I don't stand with those people. There's crazies on each side.
If you really want to know who the Nazis are, it's the Democrat Party. It's the Democrat Party because they feel the need to speak out for black people and speak out for people of whether they're of Mexican descent or whatever descent, their race they are. They feel like, oh, well, they can't stand up for themselves, so we have to stick up for them. Have you seen the voter ID thing? I don't know why. We should do a segment on voter ID. But I don't know why so many Democrats are against voter ID. So many Democrats are against voter ID because they know that if that law got implemented, that a lot of illegals would not be allowed to vote. Yes, it's already illegal for non-citizens to vote. So why would it make a difference if we required voter ID to vote? There's no good answer for that any leftist has, except for if you've seen some of these man on the street interviews where they go around asking liberals, about voter ID, and their main answer is no, because black people can't find the closest DMV or whatever it's called, DOL in your state. But they go and they claim to speak for us, even though we can speak for ourselves, and we're more than capable. So who's the real racist? That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. So, I mean, here is our TikTok page, so feel free to please come follow this. Give us some likes. We have 138 likes right now on TikTok, and we'll start posting on there more, me specifically. Check out our YouTube, which is probably what you're on right now watching this. Subscribe, like, ring the bell. Check out our X, sorry.
And share our videos. Share them if you like it.
Yes, please do that.
So if you like our content, let us know in the comments, and appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful election.
Yes.
And let's go. Make America great again.